Good morning and welcome to the 11:11 meditation. Today is day 16, I believe, although, boy, sometimes it's hard to keep up with the days these days, huh? But it's Saturday, and it's a rainy Saturday here in Michigan, but spirits are high here at the Zen Ranch in spite of the rain. It's actually kind of nice to have some rain in your life every now and then. Kind of encouragement to slow down a little bit and maybe be inside. And so I think the rain is probably part of my inspiration. A couple conversations I've had over the last day or so have also inspired what I was thinking about for the meditation today. And for today's meditation, I want to talk about a topic that I imagine we all are challenged by. Maybe not a fun topic for a lot of people, but definitely something that we need to take a look at. So I wanted to talk about procrastination and take a look at procrastination. And then, believe me, I'm taking a look at it myself as I'm bringing it up. So what is the deal with procrastination and why do we procrastinate? I think that our society in general, the U.S. society in particular, Western society, man, we're just taught to be busy, busy, busy and go, go, go. And I think the lesson of this virus has been, as we've talked about before, to slow down and a reminder to slow down. And are we going to get the lesson? Are we going to take this lesson and use it and take it to heart while we have an opportunity? And while we kind of have time and space suspended here, what a gift that is, which is very rare, because usually we're going and going and going because we can't catch up. We feel like we're always behind and we feel like we have to multitask. And what is this thing with multitasking? It feels like doing just one thing at a time would be perceived in this Western culture as lazy or not taking on enough or, not operating at full capacity possibly. But here's the question is, why are we so afraid to focus on one thing at a time? Why are we so afraid to focus on one person at a time? Say you're in a conversation. A lot of times people will be in the midst of a conversation, but their head is really somewhere else. I think that's a form of procrastination as well. I think that it all comes back to one-pointedness and our ability to focus on one thing at a time. And so my challenge to you and to myself for today is to take a look at procrastination as it applies to your life. And I believe that procrastination and distractions go hand in hand because we have a habit, I feel, in this culture of, like I said, you'll take on one thing, but then something else comes into your path and it's like, oh, I need to do that too. And so maybe you'll jump from the one thing to another thing or try to do both at the same time. And then you get a phone call and you're having that phone call, but still got these two other things swirling over here. Balls in the air. Places you gotta go. Well, right now, you don't have to go anywhere, hopefully. If you're able to be part of the stay-at-home order, you're at home and you have time. So take a look around you today and where in your environment and in your life space and in your relationships, where are you procrastinating? Where are you leaving projects that maybe I'm notorious, and I think a lot of us are, for having piles. I have piles all over. I've gotten a lot better about the piles since I moved into a smaller space. That's very helpful to bring it all into a smaller space, and you're forced to get some of it out of there. But constantly have piles that are on the go, and so can you take a look at those piles and or the people, and what conversations do you maybe want to have with people that you might be procrastinating, and how can you step into that and get it done. And when you're looking at your procrastination habits and, your projects, your piles, take a look at, what is this lesson here to teach you? And as you look at it, are you really going to do this project? Because if you're not, let it go. And don't leave it there, I know I'll wear that someday, or I know I'll do this someday. No, the time is now. If we could go through and complete everything that we've left up in the air, all these unfinished projects, and by completion, there are a couple different ways to complete it. You can complete it by using your original vision and doing the project and seeing it through to completion. Or maybe your completion with this project is to look at it and say, I thought I was going to do that. It seemed like a great idea at the time. It maybe still is a great idea, but I just don't feel like it's been a priority for me, and I don't feel like it's going to be. And be okay with letting it go. We've got a full moon coming up on Tuesday, which I believe is the 7th of April, and a full moon is a wonderful time of release. Great time to let go. So as we're leading into this full moon energy over the next few days, can we take a look at procrastination? Can we take a look at our unfinished projects? And can we make definitive decisions about those projects and come to completion once and for all? And my challenge is to give that a try, because when you actually do it, and when you let go or take a few more things off your plate and a few more things off your plate and simplify and downsize, it feels really good. I promise it feels really good, like better than you might even imagine. To just be able to look at something and say, either I'm going to do it or I'm not. I'm going to decide. And don't throw it away and then come back to the trash the next day and be like, oh, maybe I do want to do. No. Make a decision. Stick with it. Stop procrastinating. Stop distracting yourself. And just allow yourself to complete things and clear them off your plate. So that, in essence, we're simplifying. We're back to that again, which is so important right now. Basically, we're leading up to what the new normal is going to be on the other side of this. And as we lead up to that, let's clean house and let's get ready and let's prepare. There's no time like now. And this is, a wonderful time to take advantage of. So think about that. Think about where you're procrastinating and where you can complete, and where you might have fear of completion, which sounds strange. You would think, oh, completion's great. It's an accomplishment. Why would I be afraid of that? But we do have a fear of completion. It's a real thing. It's been studied, and I've looked at it before because I've been curious about it in these studies. And basically, most people out there will take a project and they'll go all the way up to finishing 80%, even 90%, and somehow we stall or stop. And there's a fear of completion because I think part of it is that, when you're in a project and you're excited about it and it feels good and you're accomplishing stuff, you almost don't want that to end. So maybe that's why you don't actually complete things. I think there are a lot of different reasons, but take a look at all that. I'm not going to tell you, how to think. I'm just throwing out there some ideas of what to look at, and then you can decide for yourself. So take a moment to close your eyes. Let's just drop in for a moment, come into presence. Where there is presence, there's no room for procrastination. Remember that. Bring the left palm to the heart center, the right palm over the top. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Present in that heart space. And think about giving yourself the challenge of completing one thing today. One thing either on your list or in your house. And I challenge you to make it a small thing. Don't make it a big thing. Don't start a list of 5 things that you're going to complete today. Keep it simple. One thing. Just one thing. Okay, and I'll give you an example of how simple I'm keeping it. This is what I'm going to do because it's sitting in front of me on the dining room table here, and it's been here for over a week, maybe 2. So I have this shirt right here that the string came off of, that I need to sew it back on. And I have this shirt right here, and I figure while I'm sewing, I might as well do them both at the same time. So, got my little sewing kit in here. And this is my project to complete today. So very simple. This will probably take me 10 minutes, but it's been sitting on my table and cluttering my space for a couple weeks. So when you see me wearing this shirt, or these shirts, then you'll know I did it. So anyways, you get the point. I'm not going to hammer you over the head anymore about procrastination. Just think about it and take it into your heart, and if it resonates with you, maybe it'll be a helpful thing for today. So bring the palms back to the heart center, and we'll close. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, send out that light. Take a moment to fill up with light. You always have access to that light. It's always right there inside of you. Tap into it. Let that be your motivation, and let yourself today just choose one thing to complete. Choose one distraction to forego long enough to complete one thing, and see how that feels. And then you can go from there. So I wish you a wonderful day. Satnam, Aho, and Namaste. I'll see you at 7 p.m. for the Kirtan Kriya meditation. And tonight also, FYI, meditating also at 10:45 p.m. tonight, which is usually past my bedtime, but it's a global meditation tonight, 10:45 p.m. Eastern. We'll convert it to whatever time zone you're in, but please plan to be a part of that. We're going to meditate for 20 minutes, 10:45 p.m. Eastern. I will post details in a little while about where I'm going to be for that, because I might want to try to be on the meditation, follow my teacher Gurmukh, who is awesome, and I'll see if she's going to do it on Facebook Live, and I'll get you back that info by 7 p.m. So think about that. We're trying to get 1 million meditators around the world. So think about being a part of that. Have a great day.